Are you struggling to invoke a method with a private type in your code? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a tricky coding issue that many developers face. I totally get how frustrating it can be when you're trying to work with third-party classes and you hit a wall. It can feel like you're stuck in a maze with no way out. You're definitely not the only one dealing with this. Here's the specific question we're tackling today. One user asked, how do I invoke the call event method with a private type when I have no access to the third party or another third party classes? If this sounds familiar, stick around as we explore the solution together. To understand the issue, we need to recognize that invoking methods with private types can be tricky, especially when reflection is involved. This is a common challenge in C# programming, and we're here to break it down. And don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I have a special tip that will help you avoid similar issues in the future. To begin resolving the user's issue, we need to create a function that matches the expected delegate type. This function will take an integer and return an action that can invoke the private method. Next, the user should ensure that the function we created is passed correctly to the call event method. This involves using the correct type for the action parameter. Now let's clarify the invocation of the AnotherFunc method. The user needs to ensure that the action created can accept the correct type, which is MSG type. Finally, the user should test the implementation to confirm that the call event method is invoked correctly without any exceptions. This can be done by running the main method. Fun fact, did you know that reflection in C# can be both powerful and dangerous? It allows you to access private members, but it can also lead to performance issues if overused. Use it wisely. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user involves using reflection and expression trees. They suggest creating a delegate for the private method using method info and expression classes. First, they retrieve the method info for create delegate, then create a lambda expression that converts the call to AnotherFunc into an action of the private MSG type. Finally, they compile this lambda and invoke the call event method with it. The user also shares their process for generating this solution. They used LinkPad to create a simpler expression with a string type, then output the expression tree using the dump function. This helped them understand how to construct the necessary expression for the private type. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution provided by a user involves using the delegate.createDelegate method to create an action for the private message type. They suggest constructing a func using expression.lambda, which allows you to compile the lambda expression and invoke the call event method successfully. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. In this alternative solution, the user demonstrates how to invoke the call event method using reflection and expression trees. They create a delegate for the private method AnotherFunc and use it to construct a function that matches the expected signature. The user notes that this approach is compatible with .NET Standard 1.1, making it a versatile solution for invoking methods with private types. Here's the tip I promised. Always double-check your types when using reflection. Mismatched types are a common source of errors, and being meticulous can save you a lot of headaches. And there you have it. You should now have a clearer understanding of how to invoke methods with private types. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more coding tips and tricks. Happy coding!